Welcome back to Aiche. I'm your host Hannah, and tonight we'll be talking about our phones and whether we're really addicted to them. This is an interesting topic that I wanted to talk about because I feel like a lot of people are, always on their phones all the time, on the train, or just in class. When I'm in uni, everyone's always on their phones, and it just kind of feels a little bit rude to the teacher from my perspective. So I really wanted to talk about whether we're really addicted to them or whether it is just something that we have kind of just taken in as a society. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy. With the rise of iPad kids, it's hard to ignore the effect that the internet and online content has had on this new generation, as well as adults, really. I mean, particularly me, I'm Gen Z or Gen Z, so I've really been able to kind of grow up with phones, and I've seen the effect that they have on my younger siblings and just other people around me who are a lot younger than me. And even my grandma is on TikTok now. She only just followed me the other day. Hi, Grandma. According to the National Library of Medicine and National Center for Biotechnology Information, mobile phones emit radio frequency energy that can be absorbed by the tissue holding the phone, which means that there is some risk of carcinogenicity, or cancer. This is worrying in of itself, but the study also states that we need to study for over 30 years or so to really see the effects. Despite this, the possible risk of cancer in the long run, we don't know 100% about that. There is the most immediate effects, which can include sleep loss, eye strain, possibly anxiety and depression in a kind of more philosophical sense rather than the literal sense that we see. It can be said that people feel a lot of loneliness because of their phones, because of social media in particular, maybe not necessarily because of their phones, but because they see other people hanging out with their friends all the time, posting all the time, and they feel that they should be part of that. And therefore they kind of take themselves into this kind of online space rather than actually having real connections with people in the real world. But does that make the phones more addictive than they really are? That is a possibility. I think it can be said that a lot of people feel that they need to be online all the time, they need to have these online friends, and they feel that kind of addiction to their phone. They need to keep checking every time they get a text message. For me, every time I do get a text message, I see it on my watch. Apple Watch is great, by the way. I think everyone should get it. You're not looking at your phone 99% of the time, you're looking at the watch, and if the notification isn't that useful, you don't look at it. But if this is a text message, I'm probably more likely to read it, and I do feel that I need to be in that online space a lot of the time. Despite the fact that I am not a big phone user, I really don't like group chats, and I don't like, having lots of people talking at the same time. I would rather have a one-to-one conversation with someone in real life. But in this ever-growing kind of online world that we're living in, this where Teams is everyone's platform for work, and I've just had a Teams meeting at work right now, it's kind of hard to get out of that online space. It's hard to just have these real connections with people, go into the office and have a proper meeting with people. I find it is very difficult these days to do that. So I do feel the need to pick up my phone a lot of the time. Something else that I feel that I'm addicted to is getting rid of the little ones at the top of your notifications. I hate them. I hate them so much. I hate them. On GarageBand, I can't get rid of them. I might just get rid of GarageBand for my phone, to be fair. But on GarageBand, I have some notifications that I can't get rid of, and I hate it so much. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have a bit of an OCD thing, and I like things to be very clean and tidy. And I like to have seen all my messages. I never leave anyone on read, or I try not to anyway. But yes, I need to get rid of the little red numbers, and I think they do that on purpose. I think it has been documented that Apple do leave these red numbers there so that you are addicted to going on. I have to read what it is. I have to see what it is now. Red means urgency. Red means it could be bad, but not necessarily. So we have these little red numbers that we have at the top of our notifications, and I like to read them all. I don't like them on my phone. And the notifications on my phone, I'm seeing them there, and I just want them to go away. I want to see my nice home screen without all this clutter, which is the design of the phone. which possibly then makes it a little bit addictive. And then we can also go on from the health problems that are associated with that. Addiction isn't just for the substance, it can be from phone usage, it can be from gambling. We see many of these things where people are addicted to like the feeling. That is what you're addicted to. You're addicted to the feeling of being recognized, of getting that money from that gamble, of that high, I guess. You are addicted to the high that you gain from having this. So this kind of addiction is not the only negative that we have. Of course, we have the fact that people feel lonely when they're not with people, and they feel the need to express themselves online, probably a lot more so online than in real life. You find that a lot of TikTok comments are just horrendous things that people wouldn't say in real life, or say to the person directly, and I find that just disgusting, quite frankly. It can be said that there are some positives with mobile phone usage, such as meeting like-minded people, being in a society with people who are like you, having a higher acceptance rate of people in minority groups. That is something that, social media has really taken hold of, especially TikTok. I think the LGBTQ plus community have really gained quite a good community on TikTok. In the general sense, of course, there are always these people that, dislike them and that. But, in general, people have tend to find a community online, which is always, that's a good thing. And then sometimes from that, people will meet those people in real life. And then therefore, they will gain those real life connections with them. However, it can also be said that these communities are not always the safest place. Some of these communities aren't for the best people, people who like certain things that aren't necessarily within the law. I'm not going to go into detail about that. So while it does bring a lot of people together, it also brings a lot of people apart. I find that a lot of people who are always online don't tend to engage with people in the real world quite as much. And that's sad. That's really sad. And it's nice to have kind of real world connections and real world communities rather than these online communities. Having said that, I am here doing a YouTube video. And then within these communities, people can be very aggressive and hateful towards them. Usually there is a minority group who are very extreme in their views, and they tend to go online on Twitter, on TikTok, and comment under these people's videos and these people's comments, saying horrible things, like telling people to unalive themselves, for example. I think is very horrendous. It's horrendous. It's not something that we want to hear online. It's not something we want to hear anywhere, really. I wouldn't want to hear that in real life. Someone would not come up to me and tell me to unalive myself in real life, particularly on Twitter or X. If you have an opinion which differs to another's, the other person may feel that they can comment hate speech towards you, which is a crime. But online, it is not, apparently. Mr. Zuckerberg has not done very well in keeping the Twitter space a happy and healthy space. It wasn't before, and it certainly isn't now. I'm not on Twitter, so I can't really comment on this. I have heard horror stories of people just simply saying their opinion on something. It's not an extreme opinion, it's just their opinion. This is why cyberbullying, which we hear all the time about at school, is so rife. People are always cyberbullying each other. It is easier to hate someone via text box than face to face, because people are cowards. People, especially bullies, they are cowards. And this is why we hear about this all the time in school and try to teach our kids, not to bully each other, because it is horrendous. If you're not going to say it to someone's face, don't say it. Don't think of anything like that in the first place. But yeah, it's not a great place to be online for many young people. Lots of young people that are getting younger and younger are online, especially on TikTok. These people are very, very young, and they really shouldn't be doing this. They really shouldn't be online and be having this hate speech towards them. We can then get into the whole issue around minors being online and pedophilia and the whole thing going there, but that's an issue for another day. This is a more issue about whether we are addicted to our phones and whether people are just more hateful online. But then this can all lead to anxiety, depression, and more addicted to your phones. you feel like you need the validation from other people to tell you that you are all right, that you are a good person, you keep checking those messages. But what can we do about this? There's not a lot we can do. Phones are an integral part of our society now, and we really can't get rid of them. But it can be said that we can try and have a more positive attitude towards the phones. We can try and protect ourselves from these, bad people. Block people who are bullying you. Tell someone if you are being bullied online, if you are, something weird is happening online, please always go towards someone and someone will come and help you, a parent or a friend. Stay positive online. You try to stay positive. It's really hard in this economy, in this world. There are many bad things going on, and it is very important to keep people informed of what is going on, to listen to the news, and to make sure that you are informed of everything that's going on in the world, not just your own community, which is what I think the internet is a good thing for. But it's also good to stay positive. Keep posting positive things. Don't post hate speech. If you dislike something or you disagree with something, you don't have to go and hate on them. You can have a friendly debate in the comment section. That is always allowed. I encourage debates because it allows people to think about other people's opinions as well as their own. At the same time, we need to be more aware of how people are feeling when you comment something hateful. Please don't comment any hate speech towards anyone. Stay positive, keep up the positive vibes, and we can make sure that this world is somewhat happier than it really is. And then we can also, of course, call out people who are using this hate speech. We can block them, call them out, make sure that they are getting the discipline that they deserve. And then at the same time, put the phone down every once in a while. Go outside, touch some grass. If you really feel that you are addicted to your phone, it may be more useful just to turn it off completely, put it away, and go and do something else for half an hour, a day. You don't always have to look at that message. You don't always have to get rid of that little one in the corner. I do. I am working on that. Make sure that we have these kind of more real connections with people. Use the internet for a good thing, get those communities going, enjoy people's company online, and then also in real life. It's very nice to meet up with people that you trust. Don't just meet up with anyone that you meet online, and go to some clubs, do a drama club, do abseiling. I don't know why abseiling came into my head. And if you're at uni at the moment, like me, make sure that you treasure those moments that you get with the people that you work with and the people and the friends that you meet on the way. It's always very important to keep those real connections in mind, rather than just the online presence. So stay positive and stay connected with people. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to like and comment down below if you have anything to say. If you have anything that I have missed on this topic, please comment down below. I really hope to do more videos. I know it's been a while since I did a last video. I've had a few deadlines for my uni projects, but now that they're all done, I am hoping to get videos out every week now. So feel free to subscribe if you like what I'm doing. I know it's not very amazing. I'm kind of just saying my thoughts to the camera and hoping that you guys kind of enjoy what I have to say. And there will be more on sort of different things in the future. I have a few books that I really want to talk about. 1984, Dante's Inferno, things like that if you are interested. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.